Good evening, Mangalore. You're tuned into Daily News Podcast, your prime source for local insights and beyond. Today's stories will take you from the heart of our community to the broader national stage, covering everything that matters. Let's dive into the news that shapes our world.
The traditional beedi industry, a source of livelihood for many, is in crisis as the GST on beedis was raised from 18% to 28%. MLA Tanveer Sait of Narasimhara urges CM Siddharamaiah to advocate for reducing the GST to 18% with the center. The beedi sector, prominent in several states, employs mostly women as it's classified as a cottage industry. Sait, president of Mysuru Beedi Mazdoor Sangh, highlights the late Aziz Sait's efforts for workers' welfare. With declining tobacco production and the recent GST hike, many beedi units face closure, posing a threat to jobs. Sait calls for immediate action to protect workers' livelihoods by lowering the GST to 18%, urging state intervention with the GST Council and the union government.
Tragedy struck near Mavanakat in Kumbla as a young student, Yusuf, 20, lost his life in a fatal accident. Yusuf from Iklangodu, Bandiod, was a +2 student at Sharia school. The incident occurred on Friday night when he lost control of his scooter while returning from dropping off a classmate after Onam celebrations. The scooter collided with a divider on the national highway, leading to the tragic demise of Yusuf. Despite being rushed to Kumbla Hospital, he was declared brought dead by doctors. Kumbla police have initiated an investigation into the case. Our heartfelt condolences go out to the family and friends of the young student during this difficult time.
Heavy rains have wreaked havoc across the coastal and Malnad regions of Karnataka. In Uttara Kannada, Udupi, Chikmagaluru, Shivamogga, and Kodagu districts, normal life has been disrupted. In Uttara Kannada's Honnavar taluk, a precautionary holiday has been declared for Anganwadis and schools due to incessant rains. The Dakshina Kannada district has also announced a holiday for educational institutions. Fishermen have been warned against venturing into the sea as strong winds and rough waves continue along the coast. Udupi district is facing flooding in interior villages, while minor landslides have been reported in Chikmagaluru and Shivamogga. Kodagu district is on high alert for landslides, with residents in vulnerable areas advised to stay cautious. Officials are closely monitoring the situation and taking preventive measures to ensure the safety of the affected regions.
In Kudla Today's update, a woman from Bengaluru, Vasudha Chakravarthi, has gone missing near the Souparnika River in Kollur. The 46-year-old was last seen heading towards the river after visiting the temple in Kollur. Her car, with personal belongings, was found near a lodge. CCTV footage showed Vasudha swimming deep into the river, raising concerns about her safety. Despite extensive search efforts by police and locals, she remains untraceable. Trained divers have been deployed for the search, but with no breakthrough, operations have been temporarily halted. Vasudha's family has arrived in Kollur, awaiting any updates on her whereabouts. Authorities are urging anyone with information to contact the Kollur police station. Stay tuned to Kudla Today for further updates on this developing story. In a recent development, Girish Mattannavar has addressed allegations against him by submitting documents to the Special Investigation Team, Sait, in Mangaluru. He claims that forgery in panchayat records and illegal activities like disposal of bodies in Dharmasthala and suspicious deaths in a local lodge have taken place. Mattannavar asserts his cooperation with SIT, stating he submitted evidence confidentially and will not seek anticipatory bail. He expressed concerns about possible manipulation of witness statements and reiterated his support for Mahesh Shetty Timurodi. Mattannavar emphasized his commitment to a lawful struggle and trusts the SIT to conduct a thorough investigation.
In a tragic incident near Talapadi, Mangaluru, a KSRTC bus-auto collision claimed the lives of 6 people. The KSRTC clarified that the accident was not due to brake failure. The bus, operating on the Mangaluru-Kasaragod route, collided with an auto rickshaw while trying to avoid a mishap. Despite rumors, the KSRTC affirmed that the bus had a renewed fitness certificate and was in proper working condition. The corporation extended interim compensation to the families of the deceased and committed to covering medical expenses for the injured. The driver's negligence and overspeeding were cited as the causes of the accident by KSRTC officials. The community mourns this devastating loss and calls for road safety measures to prevent such tragedies in the future.
In local news today, to facilitate track maintenance works in the Thiruvananthapuram division, several changes have been made to train services. Trains like the Nilambur Road Kottayam Express will be short-terminated at Ettumanur on 10th and 12th September 2025. Additionally, various trains will be diverted to run via Alappuzha and will skip certain stoppages. Furthermore, several trains will be regulated en route to accommodate these changes. In light of the upcoming Onam holidays, special trains will also be operated between Mangaluru Central and SMVT Bengaluru to manage the holiday rush. Passengers can expect a mix of AC and general class coaches on these special services. Stay tuned for more updates on the timings and stoppages of these special trains as the holiday season approaches.
In a significant crackdown, the Mangaluru City Crime Branch police nabbed a man involved in supplying narcotics to students of prominent colleges in the city. The accused, identified as Arshad Khan, 29, from Mattancherry, Ernakulam, Kerala, was residing in Deralakat. The police confiscated MDMA valued at 10.85 lakh, hydroganja, MDMA tablets, a digital weighing machine, and a mobile phone from his possession. The swift action by the authorities aims to curb the menace of drug trafficking in the region, ensuring the safety and well-being of the community. In a recent development in Bellar, Mangalore, the membership of K. Mohammed Iqbal, a Bapari Gram Panchayat member and currently lodged in jail for the murder case of BJP youth leader Praveen Nehru, has been cancelled. Mohammed Iqbal, who represents Ward Number 1 of Bellary Gram Panchayat, failed to submit his asset and liability declaration for the year 2024-25 within the specified time frame. Consequently, following the State Election Commission's directives, he has been disqualified under the Karnataka Gram Swaraj and Panchayat Raj Act, 1993. The Election Commission has officially notified the Bellary Gram Panchayat about this decision, declaring his post vacant.
In a recent development, a 34-year-old man from Ranebanur Bailur, residing in Bajpayee, has been sentenced to 5 years of rigorous imprisonment and fined Rs 20,000 for sexually assaulting his 3.5-year-old daughter. The incident took place on December 18, 2024, leading to a case being registered at Bajpayee Police Station. The presiding judge K.S. Manu delivered the verdict under the PSO Act, awarding the accused 5 years of rigorous imprisonment and a fine of Rs 15,000, with additional simple imprisonment in case of default. The court also imposed 1 year of simple imprisonment and a fine of Rs 5,000, with an additional 1 month of simple imprisonment in default. The victim is to receive Rs 20,000 from the fine, along with an additional compensation of Rs 30,000 from the District Legal Services Authority. Special Public Prosecutor Sahana Devi Boluru represented the state in this case, ensuring justice is served.
In Nelyadi today, a tragic accident took place on National Highway 75 at the Golithatu Junction. A scooter and a lorry collided, resulting in a couple being seriously injured. The injured, identified as Bomana Gowda and his wife Kusumavati from Valakadama in Hirabandadi village, were on their way from Valakadama to Sulia when the accident occurred. They were crossing the highway at the Golithatu Junction when the collision happened. Both were rushed to a hospital in Mangaluru for treatment. Our thoughts are with the injured couple for a speedy recovery. Stay tuned to Mangalore today for more updates on this unfortunate incident. In a recent event, Police Commissioner Sudhir Kumar Reddy urged pre-university college teachers in Mangaluru to be vigilant and prevent students from being influenced by communal groups to commit crimes. The commissioner emphasized the importance of monitoring students to avoid any harm to themselves or society. He mentioned instances where minors were found in the company of serious offenders and highlighted the police's efforts to tackle such situations, including registering cases under the Karnataka Control of Organized Crime Act. Additionally, a recent arrest was made of an MBBS dropout accused of supplying drugs to medical, pharmacy, and BDS students. The initiative was part of a program on the implementation of the Karnataka State Child Protection Policy 2016 and drug addiction prevention, with the presence of officials like Additional Superintendent of Police Anil Kumar Reddy and District Child Protection Officer N. Swetha.
Royal Challengers Bengaluru, RCB, announced a noble initiative named RCB Cares, offering raised 25 lakh financial aid to each of the 11 families who lost their loved ones in the tragic stampede outside M. Chinnaswamy Stadium. This heartfelt gesture comes after the chaos at the stadium following RCB's IPL trophy victory, which resulted in the loss of 11 lives and injuries to many. The franchise had earlier extended raise 10 lakh to the families. In a poignant message, RCB expressed sorrow over the loss and emphasized their commitment to supporting the affected families. This initiative marks the beginning of a long-term promise to honor the memory of the deceased fans. In cricket news, RCB clinched their maiden IPL title after an 18-year wait, defeating Punjab Kings by 6 runs in the final at Narendra Modi Stadium. RCB posted 109 in 20 overs, and despite Shashank Singh's valiant 61-run innings for Punjab Kings, they fell short of the target, securing RCB's historic victory. In a significant development, fugitive businessman Vijay Mallya and Daljit Mahal, director of United Breweries Holdings Limited, have filed a petition in the Karnataka High Court questioning loan recoveries exceeding the outstanding dues. The High Court has scheduled the hearing for September. The petition seeks transparency from creditor banks regarding total loan amounts, recoveries, and seized properties. The petitioners argue that while the outstanding loan was 6,200 crore, the recoveries have surpassed that amount. The court has issued notices to the recovery officers and several banks, adjourning the case to September 15th. Stay tuned for further updates on this case.
In a tragic incident that shook Kannapuram in Kerala, one person lost their life in a powerful explosion that demolished a house allegedly storing explosives for making fireworks. The victim, identified as K. Mohammed Asham from Chalad, was inside the house during the blast. Anup Malik, the renter of the property and a fireworks supplier, is now on the run. This is not the first time Anup Malik has been linked to an explosion involving illegally stocked explosives. The blast, which occurred around 1:50 a.m., not only caused the house to collapse, but also damaged neighboring houses. Officials have initiated a thorough investigation, with a special investigation team, Sait, looking into the matter. Amidst the chaos, political parties have already begun pointing fingers, with the CPIM alleging Malik's ties to the Congress Party. In response, the Congress Party called for a deeper investigation into the incident and urged authorities to uncover the motives behind the illegal activities. The tragic event serves as a stark reminder of the dangers posed by illegal storage and manufacturing of explosives.
In a distressing incident in Yajir district, the main accused, Paramana Wari, has been arrested for the sexual assault of a Class 9 student who gave birth to a baby boy in a residential school washroom. The accused, already married with a child, manipulated and threatened the girl to keep silent about the abuse. Proceedings under the POCSO Act have been initiated. Notably, the school's principal, warden, and a nurse are implicated in the case. Shockingly, a complaint has also been lodged against the victim's brother for not disclosing the incident to authorities despite being aware. This case highlights the urgent need for stricter measures to safeguard our children.
In Jammu and Kashmir's Riyasi and Ramban districts, devastating landslides and a cloudburst have left a trail of tragedy, claiming the lives of at least 11 people. In Mahor's Badar village, a landslide buried the home of Nazir Ahmad and his family, killing him, his wife, and their 5 children. Meanwhile, in Rajgarh village, a cloudburst led to flash floods and a landslide that swept away 5 individuals. The recent fatalities add to the toll of over 160 lives lost due to extreme weather conditions in the region in recent weeks. The aftermath includes infrastructure damage, with train services suspended and the Srinagar-Jammu National Highway closed. With more rainfall predicted, authorities are on high alert, working to clear blocked roads and assist vulnerable areas. Climate experts warn that such events are becoming more frequent, underscoring the urgent need for better disaster preparedness in the region.
In a recent development, the U.S. President Donald Trump has stated that the ruling by a U.S. appeals court determining most of his tariffs as illegal is incorrect. Trump emphasized that all tariffs are still in effect, despite the court's decision questioning his authority to impose taxes on U.S. imports. The ruling from the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit has delayed the enforcement of their order until mid-October, giving the administration time to appeal to the Supreme Court. Trump's trade strategy and imposed tariffs are now under scrutiny, potentially impacting revenue generation and trade deals. Trump's reliance on the International Emergency Economic Powers Act for imposing tariffs has faced opposition, with concerns raised by legal experts and scholars. The Supreme Court's decision on Trump's tariff powers remains uncertain, with implications for U.S. trade relationships and revenue generation.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi emphasized the importance of India and China working together to bring stability to the global economic order during his visit to Japan. Modi highlighted the need for stable relations between the two nations, which could positively impact regional and global peace. He mentioned progress in bilateral ties with China since his meeting with President Xi Jinping last year. Modi also expressed support for Japan's vision of a free and open Indo-Pacific, aligning with India's Indo-Pacific approach. The Prime Minister discussed his conversations with leaders from Russia and Ukraine, maintaining India's principled stance on the conflict. He emphasized the significance of the Global South in achieving sustainable development goals by 2030 and highlighted India's initiatives focused on promoting the interests of developing nations. Modi underscored India's engagement with BRICS and the Quad, advocating for comprehensive reforms in global institutions to better reflect current economic and geopolitical realities.
And that's a wrap for today. We're thankful for your viewership and invite you to delve deeper into today's topics at mangaloretoday.com. Keep up with the ever-evolving world by subscribing to our channel. Thank you for being part of our day. Good night and stay informed.